What's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here from GuitarJams.com. I was rocking out to one of my favorite albums, the band of Gypsys, and I picked some really tasty licks out that I wanted to personally learn, and since I learned them, now I can teach them to you. Some tasty little licks. You can kind of put them into your own vocabulary, so don't limit yourself just to the context that I'm showing it to you right now. Really try to internalize these licks so you can use them in your own soloing and let it influence you. Also, I have a couple of blues lessons I'll leave a link for down there. They're not on YouTube, and they're in like famous, inspired by blues licks. So I'll have a link for that down there, plus all my social media stuff. I really appreciate all that support. I really, really do. Keeps me going, making all these free lessons on YouTube. Okay, so enough of that. Let's zoom in, and we'll break these licks down right now. Here we go. Alright, so those were the licks. I'm just going to break it down for you. I'm actually going to take my gain off so we can just really hear those notes nice and clean. And then later, if you've got a distortion pedal, tube scream, or anything like that, crank it up, have a lot of fun with it. Just right in standard tuning, and these licks are in B flat. So we've got this pentatonic scale with the root based on the 6th fret of the low E or the high E string. And then the other thing is there's breaks going on. It's like a blues break. So it'd be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3. So that's what's going on underneath, you know, like a whole band. Bum, you know, like that whole thing. And that's a 7 chord right on that 6th fret of the E string. Okay? So these are all classic licks that can be interchanged and add to your vocabulary. So here's the first lick. And so what's going on is I'm bending the G string right here on the 8th fret. Then I'm going to the 6th fret of the B, followed by the 6th fret of the high E, and it sounds like this. And I'm not letting that G string ring out. That'd be another way to do it. I'm letting it cut off by taking my ring finger off, relaxing it. And then my right palm is kind of covering that as I go down the picking. And so now I'm bending this B string up to the root. It'd be like bending the 9th fret up to the 11th fret on the B string. And I'm using my ring finger and middle finger at least to get the proper control and strength. If you got a 3rd finger behind it, even better. So the next move is I'm letting it come down. So that's still that fret right there, which is the 9th fret. Then I'm stretching down to that 6th fret. Now I'm rolling my index finger over now to the 6th fret of the G string. And if you can give it a little nudge bend, then I'm going to end on that root with my ring finger, which is the 8th fret of the D string. So here's the whole phrase. So that's the next move. And so that's a double stop, and I'm starting with my index finger on the 6th fret of the G and the B string. And then going up, I'm using my ring finger on the 8th and my pinky though on the 8th of the B. That way I can bend them in unison. And it's just like a half step bend. So I'm going then up, then half step up back, then to that. And then back to that again. And it's just like playing a blues lick on the G string. But we're just adding that B string fret with it. Oops, sorry. So check it out. One more time. The next move is that, which I hear all the time in all kinds of blues players. So I'm just going right here on the ring finger of the 8th fret of the A string and going up the pentatonic. So we've got the 8, the 6, the 8, the 6 of the G back to the root. Okay, when you put all those together, just like that. That's probably my favorite one, and I use that one all the time. I stole that one a long time ago. Now, one thing I hear beginner guitar players on that high E string bend, if you underbend it, it sounds real squonky and bad. You gotta bend it a whole step up. And we'll get to it, but that is, by the way, the 9th fret of the high E. Okay? So this phrase starts the same way as the first lick I taught you. It's a bend on the G of that 8th fret. Then the 6th of the B. Like that. Followed by the 6th of the high E. Same thing. But then I got to shift my ring finger up to that 9th fret of the high E from here. Quickly. And you hear it come down. You're bending, you pick it, then you bring it down. Then you got to get to that 6th fret of the high E for the root. Followed by a quick 9 to 6 on the high E. So, when you put it all together, that's the last phrase. And this is a really cool pattern that I've practiced a lot, and he's just using a little piece of it. So it's like that. It's a rollover from 6 of the high E to the B, followed by the 9 on the B. Followed by the 8th of the G. Then the 6th of the B. And here's a kind of a weird but cool thing. Right from the 6th of the B, we're rolling over to the 6th of the G, and we're bending that up a whole step and back, which should also sound like this. Gotta have a kind of a strong index finger to do that. Ring finger on the root there, which is the 8th of the D, back to the 6th of the G. That's it. Okay, real slow, put everything together. And that's it. So see what you can do, add it to your arsenal, and I hope you got something from that. All right, those were the licks. Hope you enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun making some licks for you, all that stuff. Remember, I've got all those links down there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and hope to see you in another video lesson real soon. See you later. Take care.